When I first heard about the Data for Policy conference, the first time it was, I tried to follow it a little bit through social media. I'm quite active, I have a lot of followers. And also the last editions I followed through social media, and then always told myself it would be great once to be there. And by coincidence, this time somebody from the scientific community asked me whether I would join in the closing session on sustainable innovation and give my thoughts about how I see these things. And so in this sense, it's a great pleasure to be here in person and not only on social media at the conference. A big opportunity in the future is certainly that a lot of people, when they speak about public trust, that this starts with trust in the data. So first of all, we need trustworthy data on which we can build on trust. And this means we have to think about boring things like data quality, whether the data is sufficient, whether the data access can be guaranteed to make comparable statements. And so it's really about the trustworthiness of data, which is more important than ever. So with respect to this, I think one question is, the conference is called Data for Policy, but it's certainly also the question, do we need more policies for data? And the second point, which is also an opportunity, I think, it's about demystifying things. So we have to create and mystify these terms for the public. Because public fear, if they hear things like artificial intelligence, if they hear about governments are collecting data, so we have to demystify it, that it could help them. This also means it's about communication. So I think the key thing, a lot of people speak about transformation, about digital transformation. And for my practical, also consulting experience, the key is not the digital, the key is the transformation. And transformation starts in the heads of the people. So people need to accept that something needs to be done differently as it was done in the past. And so the biggest challenge I see is really our human challenges. The decision maker thinks, okay, this is a fate, will go away. But what I really see is the mindsets have to change. So when I started 18 years ago, there were so many nerds around which could take some data, make some graphicals, make some models out of it. Nowadays, basically everybody can do it. So we have this what's called citizen things going on. Every citizen nowadays, with an easy drag and drop tool, he can generate some insight out of data. So we are again back to the main challenge, which in my point of view is the quality of the data. And this is certainly what changed. Also from a profession, I'm a professional statistician, means you have to help people more and more on the data aspects and not say what you do with the data, because a lot of these things nowadays, you have an ease of use, can be automated, but the people, and also think there's children as well, they have to re-go to the question, where do this information come from? What is the source of the information? Can I trust the source? Does these numbers which are in the press and the news, do they make sense? So in this case, policy is also important because it has to influence education. So the future generation has to be ready to tackle the challenges. One thing which is important is statistical principles and statistical rigor. And this, you don't have to be a statistical expert, but you have to know enough of basic statistical principles in order to know whether you can create trustworthiness in data. And I think this is a key. And the second thing, for example, official statistics, they have since a long time quality frameworks, internationally agreed upon standards, and there are a lot of things we can learn from these communities. And nowadays, unfortunately, the tendency is we are in this domain, so we can have to concentrate only in this domain. But a lot of science is also outside who had similar challenges in the past, and it's really about, this could enable us to learn from each other.